In about a half hour or hour and a half, parts of central Texas will be in totality as the moon completely covers the sun. Hundreds of thousands of people are here to witness this once-in-a-lifetime event. Actually, 31 million or so will be in the path of totality. The last time we saw this in Austin, a total solar eclipse, was in 1397, 626 years ago. Thanks for joining us for our special coverage of the Eclipse Across Texas. I'm Walt Macaborski. We're going to have some we have live team coverage of this solar event with CBS Austin's Andrew Freeman, who was in Bastrop at a festival that was just canceled, and Jamal Kennedy, who was in UT Austin, checking out the eclipse with a bunch of people. But first, you see Abigail there. Let's start with CBS Austin's Abigail Velez, who's in Fredericksburg, right in the path of totality. Abigail, people are praying for clear skies. How does it look? Who have you been talking to?
Oh gosh, Walt, well, everyone is so excited. There's about 100 people here, and the people I have been able to talk to have told me they are just so worried about the clouds in the sky ruining this experience and quite literally raining on their parade. But as of now, it looks like we're having pretty good luck. It's not looking too bad. But regardless of the clouds in the skies, at 1:32, it will go dark here. It will look like it's nighttime, so there's still a lot to look forward to. Now, as we predicted, there are so many people here in Fredericksburg, Texas, to enjoy this total solar eclipse from all over the world. Some people told me they chose Grapetown Vineyards because it's not only a great spot to witness this rare phenomenon, but because there's so much to do at this event. Wine tasting, safari tours, camping, and that's just scratching the surface. I also spoke to a man who says he's already experienced a total solar eclipse, and it was one of the most moving experiences he's ever had. So this time, he brought his entire family from California to see it for themselves.
You're kind of struck by the enormity of it. At first you feel really small because these huge objects are happening in the sky. And then you feel at one with all the humans before they've seen it. And then you feel kind of special afterwards because you're here and you get to witness it. Yeah.
Really exciting. And some advice I've heard is try to put your phones down and just live in the moment and really take in what's happening. You can always find photos of the eclipse online once it's over, but Matthew says this is just one of those experiences that you really want to be present and alert for. Now, we're a little over an hour for the big event for the eclipse, and things are really starting to ramp up here. There are so many people getting excited and getting ready. And that reminds me, I have to go find some glasses and pick a spot because I really want to make sure I'm in a good place to watch this. So make sure you tune into our coverage to watch more. Reporting live in Fredericksburg, Abigail Velez, CBS Austin News.
Yes, be safe. Grab your glasses and that food. That looked great. Okay, we all know where the eclipse will be visible and how long it will last. But to fully appreciate what's about to happen, CBS Austin meteorologist Avery Tomasco is using augmented reality to take you into totality. Here's a preview of what you can look forward to today.
April 8th, 2024. Austin, Texas. One of the first stops of a cross-country eclipse tour and one of the best places in the entire country to see it if the weather cooperates. Our journey begins at 12:17 p.m. with the sun directly overhead, slowly crossing paths with the moon. There won't be much to notice at first as the partial eclipse begins, unless you're using those certified eclipse glasses, but things will change shortly thereafter. Due to something called the pinhole camera effect, shadows beneath the trees will be dotted with inverted projections of the shrinking sun. You'll also start to notice the atmosphere cooling down as the Earth is releasing heat with less and less of the sun's energy to replace it. Depending on how much humidity is in the air, temperatures could drop by as much as 10 to 20 degrees. And as temperatures drop, any fair weather cumulus clouds overhead developing from thermal updrafts may begin to shrink or even disappear entirely. As totality nears, it'll become noticeably darker. And due to something known as the Purkinje effect and the way our eyes see and process color, everything around you will begin to appear less vibrant, more muted, gray, and dull. And then, just after 1:36 p.m., totality. For just a few minutes, you'll be able to look directly at the eclipse without glasses. There will be a 360-degree violet crown sunset happening all around you. It'll be dark enough for birds to be fooled into thinking it's time to fly home for the night, and any bees sipping on nectar or frantically trying to return to the hive will stop flying entirely, unable to navigate without the sunshine. You may also hear other insects singing their usual evening songs. And then it ends. Slowly but surely, everything resets itself in reverse as the moon moves away from the sun, and by 3 p.m., we return to reality after experiencing what many go an entire lifetime without. And if you're wondering if it's worth it to find a spot in the path of totality, well, here's what totality looks like to the naked eye, and here's what 99% looks like. Plan accordingly. From a virtual Loop 360 overlook, Avery Tomasco, CBS Austin News.
Now your Storm Tracker weather.
Well, now all eyes are pointed towards the sky, and as expected, we are tracking cloud coverage that's starting to drape all across central Texas. We've had a couple breaks here and there, but we've been tracking some low-level cloud coverage starting to move overhead. And about 20 minutes ago, we had some pockets of blue sky, now complete overcast when we're looking over Lake Travis. Seeing a couple blue spots here on our camera here. But other than that, we're just going to have to get lucky here in the next couple of hours. Still watching that cloud deck continue to pull further north along Interstate 10. Areas in the path, the totality stretching from I-35 near Kyle, stretching towards the hill country. Looking really good right now for areas towards Mason, Fredericksburg, a couple breaks here and there, but looking almost completely clear over towards the Mason area. That will change here in the next couple of hours, and expecting that eclipse to start here very soon. As we go, what model forecast is showing, a few breaks here and there continuing on by 1:30. Remember, the partial eclipse is expected to start here in less than 10 minutes over towards the hill country, and then we are about an hour or so away from totality. It's going to be a great event. We'll continue to keep the cloud coverage tracking here in just a few minutes.
Okay, this is a shot from NASA. The partial solar eclipse will begin here soon. Here's a look at the NASA cam. It's already started in Mexico. We're going to start seeing more of these images here in the Central Texas area in about 10 minutes. Developing now, the music festival that brought thousands of people to Burnett County to coincide with the total solar eclipse in Burnett has been canceled due to inclement weather. CBS Austin's Andrew Freeman joins us live from downtown. And Andrew, how are people taking the news?
Well, organizers for the Texas Eclipse Festival wouldn't let us on property, but come downtown for some coffee and you'll find no shortage of disappointed festival goers. The festival bringing more than 30,000 people to Burnett to witness the eclipse and enjoy some tunes at the same time. If a cloudy forecast wasn't bad enough, now local officials are worried about inclement weather. Risks of high winds, thunderstorms, hail, and perhaps even tornadic activity led organizers to pull the plug on the festival. In its cancellation notice, the festival says safety is the top priority and asked participants to begin packing and preparing to leave the campgrounds promptly. We spoke with one family who traveled all the way from Portland, Oregon for the festival, who are now just going to try to make the most of it.
Just heard more and more about the weather and the cloud cover, kind of dampening our plans. So not too excited about that, but, we'll see what we can see. And if we happen to see, even a glimmer of what we came out here for, I think that'd be worth it.
Festival organizers say those that are there can stay for the eclipse, provided they're packed and ready to go after totality. So for those in the area, just be aware traffic may be a little worse than originally anticipated. Reporting live in Burnett, Andrew Freeman, CBS Austin News.
That is disappointing. The partial solar eclipse will begin soon. Stay with us for more live coverage as we venture into totality.
Eclipse over Texas. Sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. You can count on us.
Traffic is a big concern today. This is a live shot of I-35 and 6th Street. That's not too bad as people are getting in place for the eclipse. Some of the big concern areas are Fredericksburg when a mass of people start hitting those 2-lane roads. We are tracking this for you and we'll keep you updated throughout the day with the traffic situations throughout Central Texas. 1 million or more people are expected to visit the state today for this total eclipse. Around Austin, transportation officials say some major corridors could see gridlock. Other areas along the path of totality are planning for worst-case scenarios of traffic coming to a standstill.
Our major corridors could see gridlock, and because the hill country is a prime spot for viewing, they could see standstill traffic as well.
To reduce the potential for traffic jams, Capital Metro is providing free rides to people who aren't within walking or biking distance of an eclipse viewing party. Officials are warning Texans on the road to continue to keep driving. Don't stop on main highways or off the road to watch the eclipse. Make sure you're in a safe part. A once-in-a-lifetime event taking place in Austin right now. Stay with us. It's happening, folks. We have more special coverage of the Eclipse across Texas. What's up?
Eclipse over Texas. Sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. You can count on us.
Our team coverage continues over at the University of Texas at Austin, where we find the newest member of our team, Jamal Kennedy. He's covering the total eclipse of the horns on campus. Great name, Jamal. Welcome to the team. What are you seeing out there?
Hey, well, yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be a part of the CBS Austin team, but I'm standing right now on the Presidential Terrace inside the UT Tower, which overlooks the campus here at UT Austin. And my photographer, Riley's now going to pan over to the greenery. He's going to show you some students there who have gathered in anticipation of today's once-in-a-lifetime event. Now, classes are canceled around the time of the eclipse today. Students have gathered there on the greenery, and you can see kind of that little igloo-looking structure there. That's a little pod, and there's 16 of them spread around campus where students can go in and get their eclipse glasses and learn more about today's events. And I spoke with the associate professor, Dean of Faculty Affairs and Professor Sharda Jogi, who told me that basically today's solar eclipse is a unifying event, and she wants everyone to take in today's spectacular events and things that are happening, that are going on, because once again, we won't see another one in the United States for another 40 years there. Well,
Now, your storm tracker weather with meteorologist Austin Burks.
So fun seeing all those people out there getting ready for the event that's underway. Actually, in some portions of the hill country, already seeing the partial eclipse take place. Here, we're having a look through some cloud coverage, thick at times in most locations here along I-35. Better viewing currently towards the hill country. We've seen a couple pockets of blue sky here and there. Hopefully, we can see some more breaks as we go here in the next hour or so. But look over towards the hill country, Mason, Llano, Burnett, even Fredericksburg, starting to see lots of clearing in those locations. A few clouds here and there, not really obscuring the event for those locations, but clouds still thick at times along I-35, especially towards the San Marcos area, with those areas in the path of totality just to the west of those locations. And everybody just keeping their eyes to the sky right now. This is what I'm thinking best case scenario for the Austin Metro here in the next hour. Mostly cloudy skies, tons of obscurity, but still looking at a couple pockets here and there for that total eclipse viewing here in the next hour. It's still, regardless of the cloud coverage, will get dark in the next hour. So looking at that path of totality around 130, clouds here and there, a couple breaks is what the model forecast is showing us. Still think it's underdoing how much cloud coverage could be in place at times. And then we turn our eyes to the storm threat starting to build in later into the afternoon hours, especially for areas east of I-35 and maybe along with that as well. So before you head out, keep an eye to the sky for the storm threat leaving into the afternoon hours as well. We're still keeping an eye to the sky for the clouds. We'll continue to show you if there's any breaks on the way in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Austin. It's happening. This is a shot out of Mexico, Mazatlan, Mexico, through the NASA cam. We'll continue to track this total solar eclipse as it moves through Texas in totality and in Fredericksburg. Total darkness will last for 4 minutes and 23 seconds. We'll be right back.
Eclipse over Texas. Sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. You can count on us.
Welcome back to our special eclipse coverage. We've been tracking this as it moves through Mexico. That's where it started. We're going to start to see partial totality here in Central Texas soon. Make sure you have your glasses that are ISO certified. Now we're going to one of the hottest spots in Central Texas. That's Fredericksburg with Abigail Velez. Now, Abigail, I don't see any glasses in your hand. Did you get some glasses?
I have some glasses, but I'm not going to put them on until they're absolutely necessary. They're hanging out somewhere in the car, but I will find them. No one worry about me. Everything will be fine. But I have to tell you, Walt, this is such an exciting place to be right now. Live music just started, and there's well over 100 people here sprawled out on the lawn waiting for that total solar eclipse. And people have come here from all over the world. I talked to one group of people, about 72 of them, who traveled all the way from Japan to be here. That's a 10-hour flight, and you know what also that is? It's commitment to enjoy the experience here. So a lot of fun things happening in Fredericksburg right now. You really don't want to miss what we have in store for you. But again, a lot to look forward to. But I'll send it back to you in the studio, Walt, and don't worry, I have my glasses. I'll get them. No one worry.
Good. You got to be safe out there. Okay, here it is, folks. Kerrville, Texas. We are tracking the NASA cam. Few clouds there, but you can still see the totality through this right here. We're continuing to track this total eclipse. Temperatures are going to drop, and then we're going to see a 360-degree sunset. We'll be right back.
Oh, no final word. I just saw it. It already has begun, even here in Austin.
Did you see it?
No, it's just past the.
Eclipse over Texas. Sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. You can count on us.
Countdown to totality has begun. You can see it's already happening, but we're not finished. Head over to cbsaustin.com for more live coverage of the eclipse.
Hi, mic check.
Hey, Jess. The day is finally here. The highly anticipated total solar eclipse will take place in just under an hour in parts of Texas. This is what we're tracking right now. It started in Mexico. You can see the progress there. We're already starting to see partiality here. Thank you for joining us for our special Eclipse Across Texas coverage. I'm Walt Macaborski. I have my glasses. I'll be popping out to check it out myself. We'll be following this total solar eclipse for the next hour. Thank you for joining us today. We have live team coverage across the state, from Austin to Burnet to San Antonio and Fredericksburg. That's where we begin today. That's one of the hot spots. A lot of people planning to have their trip. They've been planning for years to go to Fredericksburg. Abigail Velez joins us now from Fredericksburg and the Eclipse Festival. Abigail, this is the prime spot to view the eclipse. How's the weather? What are people saying?
You know what, Walt? It's actually not too hot, not too cold. The temperature is really nice right now, and there are so many people here, over 100, and that's at least upwards of 100. People who came from all over. I talked to people from California. I even talked to a group of 72 people from Japan, a 10-hour flight, and the commitment for that to come all the way here to experience something like this total eclipse. It really is so exciting, and things are absolutely kicking off here with live music. And there's so many different things that you can do here at this festival. I'm talking about safari tours, wine tasting, polo even, and everyone is here to see the eclipse, yes, but to get in on the festivities as well. And it really is beautiful to see all these people come together like this. I talked to this one man who told me he had witnessed a total eclipse in 2017, and it was just so profound on his life that he brought his whole family to Fredericksburg to experience it for themselves. So there's just so much excitement in the air, but I will tell you, there's also some fear. People are worried that the clouds in the sky will quite literally rain on their parade, but right now, we're having really good luck. I mean, it's not as bad as we anticipated, and we're really hoping that we'll get lucky and we'll see a part in the sky so we can really witness that eclipse. But even if it doesn't, regardless, we will feel and see the effects of the eclipse. It will go dark as night at 1:32 here, and that's what we're really looking forward to. I have talked to people who say that the animals will react differently, of course, and we'll actually feel the temperature drop. So we're really looking forward to that, and I have my glasses. I'm all set and ready here and looking forward to that eclipse in just about an hour. I already see people looking up to the sky like this, getting ready. So the anticipation is really just killing us, but we're excited for what's to come. And you can see here that so many people have their cameras out. They're really excited for what's to happen. So we're really just sitting patiently, waiting to see this once in a lifetime opportunity. But for once, I'm out in the field, and Walt, you're in the studio. I always want to be in the studio, but I think this time you might want to be where we are at. But I'm gonna throw it back to you, Walt.
I'm going to try to sneak out and watch it, but of course, Abigail has the fashion-forward eclipse glasses, while most of us have the paper ones. They're going to have about 4 minutes and 23 seconds of totality in Fredericksburg. But look at all the fun Avery Tomasco is having. Look at him. He is out at Dell Diamond. He gave us that really cool 3D look at what we're going to expect earlier in our other specials. And now we're worried about the weather. What's going on out there, Avery?
Yeah, this is something we've been worried about ever since we were first looking at this forecast about 2 weeks ago. Here we are. Not ideal, but is it better than not seeing an eclipse? You betcha. This is a not jam-packed crowd. It's not a home game or anything. Folks here that did pay for a spot in the bleachers will get a ticket to a future game, but for today, it's not about baseball. It is all going to be about this eclipse. And of course, joining me, the infamous Spike, Round Rock Express mascot, and we are fired up. We're ready to go. How you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 10, show me the fingers. How hot is it in there? Okay, that's about 8. 8 out of 10. So it could be worse, is what you're saying. Got it. We are so amped, and so is everyone in the crowd, as unfortunately the clouds are starting to roll in a little bit more heavily. We'll take a look at those in a moment. But for now, as partial eclipse is still underway, we are about an hour away, almost on the dot, from totality. We're going to get the crowd hyped here. All right, Spike, you ready? Off you go. Woo! Yeah, we're doing our best. Spike is leading the charge for the handful of folks that have made the trip out here to the Dell Diamond. Round Rock Express.
There we go. And so far, so good. Totality is still an hour away, but we started the partial eclipse about 20 minutes ago. And for a while, we were getting some better looks at the sky. But as you can see, I've got Teddy panning up towards the sky. I've been watching this all morning, a more substantial batch of clouds coming in from the south. Those are with us for now. Let's hope that the trend of some of those breaks in the clouds that we had earlier comes back to life as we get closer to totality. All we need is 2 minutes, 44 seconds, right at this exact point in the Dell Diamond and Round Rock. And we've got an hour to fix our problems. Maybe Austin Burks back there in the studio can work some magic for me. But for now, we're still having fun. The partial eclipse really does already look pretty cool through my not as fashionable glasses as Abigail, I assume, but they're still Round Rock Express branded glasses, keepsake, and very useful for today. At least up until totality, I'm ready to take these off and watch the whole thing unfold. Walt?
Avery, thank you so much. We're going to have to get Spike some glasses too. Those will have to be custom as well. Our team coverage continues over at the University of Texas, where we find the newest member of our team, Jamal Kennedy. He's covering the total eclipse of the horns, even on campus. Jamal, welcome to the team. What are you seeing out there? And it looks like the students came out to check out this celestial event.
Yeah, well, absolutely. First of all, it's great to be a part of the team. Thanks for having me. But yeah, you know, I'm in the presidential terrace, which overlooks the campus here at UT Austin. And Riley, my photographer, is going to pan over now to the greenery where you can see those students who just about 5 to 10 minutes ago were applauding as the sunshine kind of peeked through there. They were excited to get a peek at that sun there as they are looking to take in a once-in-a-lifetime event. Now, classes are canceled on campus today surrounding the eclipse. And there's several of these little pod-like inflatables that you might be able to see on your screen. There's 16 of them spotted around campus where students are going to pick up their glasses and they can learn more about today's phenomenon. And UT's Austin Associate Dean of Faculty Affairs and Professor Sharda Jogi told me that today's solar eclipse is a unifying event.
I also like to think of this event as something that brings us together. And allows us to connect to something bigger than ourselves, right? For just a few hours, get off your phone, experience it in the moment, right? And live it.
Right now, Dr. Jogi says that things should start to pick up here around 1 p.m. That's when she says everyone should start to put on their eclipse glasses. We are expecting the UT marching band as well here in a couple of moments to start playing and to help bring in this eclipse. And Walt, I've got my glasses on hand, of course, as well. I'll go pick up a couple of extra pairs for Riley behind the camera so that when the eclipse does take over, we won't get our eyeballs fried there, Walt.
Jamal, you got to be safe and hook 'em horns. Take a look at that. Started in Mexico. It looks like it's half of totality there. That's a shot from Mazatlan. That's the NASA cam. Very cool. We'll start getting to see that here over the next hour. The day is finally here. The highly anticipated total solar eclipse will take place in just under an hour in parts of Texas. We're tracking it throughout the state. Amanda Henderson joining us live in Kerrville tonight. Amanda, how was the crowds, the traffic, and the weather? Can you see the sun in Kerrville?
Let me tell you, safely with these glasses, we can see the sun. I'm telling you, this is, oh, actually I can see a little bit of partial totality. That is, that's so cool. I didn't realize that we were already there, but I just saw partial totality. So it's coming and it's going to be just a great atmosphere. I mean, Kerrville is one of the places, if not the place to be for this. I mean, this crowd has been so great all day. They have had such high energy, of course, and now everybody's really picking out their spots of where they want to watch the total solar eclipse. And again, like I said, we're already seeing a little bit of partial totality coming through, and that's so exciting for this area. I mean, they've been planning for this for years. In fact, the Kerrville Police Chief, Chris McCall, told me when he first started here, on his desk, this was back in 2020, mind you, he says that there was a manual explaining, all right, here's how you prep for the eclipse and here's what we got to figure out before 2024. So this has been years of planning to make sure everything goes off smoothly, and I can tell you that it has been such a great experience. People got to meet with NASA astronauts, hear from NASA scientists, and now you see they're just having a great time over here at Louise Hayes Park. This is an area, though, that traffic warnings have have been a really big deal in. And the reason for that is because the hill country out here in central Texas is not an area that gets this kind of influx on the daily. These cities really only have 30,000 people usually on average, if that's even on the high end of the spectrum, so to speak. But I will say, for everything that we've been seeing, the bridge that's to my right, traffic is moving pretty smoothly. Now, I can say that when we were taking a look from the air a little bit earlier, a lot of traffic was coming up I-10 to get here. So I know people are coming to this park. We've seen streams of people coming into this park. So I know they're getting ready for that 4 minutes, 20 plus seconds of totality. It's going to be a great moment for this city.
Thank you, Amanda. Kerrville looks like it's the place to be, and I love your excitement on the partial eclipse that is happening out there. Now, the music festival that brought thousands of people to Burnet to coincide with the total solar eclipse sadly has been canceled due to inclement weather. Andrew Freeman joins us live from downtown. And Andrew, you know, I can imagine just the disappointment all these people are dealing with now that not only has it been canceled, they have to move, and it was something they've probably been planning for a long time.
Well, that's right. Certainly a lot of disappointment. Organizers of the Texas Eclipse Festival wouldn't let us on property, so we're here downtown, which is starting to liven up with people coming out with their blankets, with their patio furniture, ready to watch the eclipse here. And it's here downtown that we also talk to people now displaced from the festival who are certainly looking forward to it, some traveling for a very long time. In fact, that festival brought more than 30,000 festival goers here to Burnet. If a cloudy forecast wasn't bad enough, now local officials are worried about inclement weather. Risks of high winds, thunderstorms, hail, and perhaps even tornadic activity led organizers to pull the plug on the festival. In its cancellation notice, the festival says safety is the top priority and asked participants to begin packing and preparing to leave the campgrounds promptly. We spoke with one family who traveled all the way from Portland, Oregon for the festival. They're now just going to try to have to make the most of it.
And it's been a really good trip. Apart from the eclipse stuff, the astronomy, we are together all the time and laughing, hanging out, and meeting in a lot of places.
Organizers say guests can stay for the eclipse, and in fact released some more information just recently mentioning that some things like the festival grounds, while closed, such as the stages and the communal areas, retail shops, that's all closed, but the campground amenities, food at the campground, a lot of that is going to be open through the total eclipse. But again, the festival is asking people to, once totality is gone, you got to go. So for those in the area, just be aware traffic was already going to be bad. It could be worse. Walt?
Yeah, sad day for them out there. Thank you, Andrew. Now let's go over to CBS Austin's Adelia Chita, who's part of our special team coverage throughout the state, who is live at Riley Elementary School in North Central Austin. Now, Adela, this is a fun event for adults. I can't imagine the excitement for these kids.
You know, imagine a science experiment comes to your school, and that's precisely what is happening here at Riley Elementary School and actually all of the Austin ISD schools, because Austin ISD is one of the districts that elected to be in session. I'm going to step out of the way. We've had kids lining up to look at the telescope. I don't know if they're doing it behind me right now because I haven't looked, and the clouds have kind of thickened over. But the telescope is brought in. This is a partnership with PBS and the Thinkery, and Riley ISD, in conjunction with campus leadership and district leadership, has arranged a program where all the kids can come out here and observe the moment of the eclipse. You can also see these kids have eclipse glasses, so this has been provided to them. Some of these kids have actually gone so far, and I see a little girl right there, where they have embedded those eclipse glasses into paper plates, and some of them have drawn them to be an image of the sun or the moon moon or the eclipse. I've seen a partial eclipse. I've seen totality. I've also seen some kids get very creative, and it doesn't look like an eclipse that I've seen, but that doesn't mean anything, right? So again, Austin ISD with hundreds of kids. They've also brought in 90-some parents. They've allowed them to come in as visitors today just to check it out with their children. Of course, there are some school districts, particularly in the hill country, where traffic has been a concern, that have closed for the day. But here in Austin ISD, they are open. They are making an educational event out of it, basically saying this is science coming to visit us, and this is a great example of how our planetary system works, the sun, the moon, the earth, lining up today. And I know earlier I saw some breaks in the clouds. Unfortunately, at this moment, those clouds are thickening up, but we continue to cross our fingers, Walt, and hopefully I am going to have a use for these in a little bit less than an hour. I did use them when I saw those breaks in the clouds. I could see the sun. This is before the partial eclipse started, so all I saw was the sun. Did not hurt my eyes. I also have one from my phone. So hope reigns supreme out here at Riley Elementary School. All of the kids, all of the parents, the staff, and me as well. Back to you, Walt.
Fun, and I want to see your plate eclipse art after the show. All right, the day is finally here. Austin Burks has been tracking it. We've been talking about the clouds for a long time, but there might be breaks during totality. What is happening now? Is it thickening up or what?
Honestly, if you were with us about, 15, 20 minutes ago when I was on air last, we had almost total overcast is what it looked like. And now we're starting to see some breaks here just over Lake Travis and areas of I-35. It's been a lot better towards areas of the hill country, but giving you a wider scope here across central Texas. You can see a current view of the partial eclipse underway in Mexico. Here across central Texas, so still starting to see that partial eclipse continue on. Still expecting the total eclipse to be here in the next hour or less than that. But you can see cloud coverage continuing to build up across some portions, especially towards New Braunfels. Areas in that path of totality will see total darkness still in less than an hour across the region. Areas towards Mason, Llano, Fredericksburg in the hot spot right now with clear skies for a majority of the region in those locations. We're just still stuck under the clouds for areas of I-35, and actually we have a storm threat in the forecast later on in this afternoon, already tracking a storm just east of our viewing area, so we'll have to watch for that, continuing to move hopefully over towards the north and east here in the next coming hour or so. So looking at the partial start already happened, total time around portions of Georgetown all the way down to Fredericksburg. The initial start of totality be around 1:32 to even 1:36 towards Georgetown, and some areas will last maybe as long as 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and upwards to 4 minutes for areas over towards the hill country in the center line of totality. Now we're still tracking the cloud coverage and the storm threat here in the next couple of hours. Hopefully you're outside and you have your eclipse glasses ready right now. We'll continue to track it.
If you don't have the eclipse glasses, just stay here and watch it with us and NASA. Take a look at this spectacular photo. We're tracking it live with NASA right now. That's the image you just saw. And let's throw it out to Abigail Velez in Fredericksburg right now with the hip glasses. She's got the designer glasses for Eclipse Day. Look at that. Yes. Nice. I see you moving around a lot. It looks like a very big area with a lot of people. They have lawn chairs, a seating area, an eating area. What a great day in Fredericksburg.
This is a massive venue. I am just in one portion of the area that's being completely covered here by people. We're on a top floor where I have to say there's at least about 60 people up here only. And down on this bottom portion, there's probably another 80 people. So many people here right now. And they're doing wine tasting. There's a polo event happening right now. But I've been able to meet so many unique people from all different places of the nation to be here in Texas to witness this once-in-a-lifetime event that will only happen for us once. And we're so excited about that, and new friends along the way. That's what we're doing here. And I wanted to introduce you to my friend William. William, you came all the way from Washington. How do you feel?
Well, I feel great. Hey, this is super exciting for me because I got to see a total solar eclipse once when I was 3, and I can't remember then, so I can make some memories now.
Yeah, I don't remember anything when I was 3 either, so I don't blame you for that. But we're getting real excited, and as each moment passes, we get closer to the big eclipse. Are you worried at all about the clouds, though? Be honest.
No, because earlier there was a storm, and now that I'm watching the clouds, it looks like there's a clear path, like just for the sun, and it doesn't look like any more clouds are going to be coming, luckily.
My fingers are crossed. I know yours are too, so I'm hoping for a really good time. Thanks so much. You are awesome. Well, I told you all, there's a lot of fun going on here. I've made a lot of friends. I'm really happy to be in Fredericksburg, Texas, one of the best places to be for this total solar eclipse happening in just a few minutes. And as usual, I'm stylish. I'm stylish and I'm safe, and I have these amazing glasses. No one mind my hair in the wind, but I have these glasses. Check it out. Eclipse glasses, regular sunglasses. So I'm ready at any moment to see this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm really so excited. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this, but I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio, Walt. I'm having a lot of fun here. Don't be too jealous.
I know. Love the glasses. Also, watch out for William. He's going to take your mic and take your job. Looks like you're having a blast. Okay, Chief Meteorologist, Chicago Windler. I don't know who is more excited about this eclipse than Chicago. She's not only got the gear and the glasses, she's got eclipse food, she's got an eclipse party. I mean, she is ready to go. She's live in Leander. What are you seeing out there? Are you getting any breaks? What's it like?
So, Walt, I've got to tell you, this is beyond my expectations. I was hoping for a couple glimpses of sun. Instead, there are absolute clear patches here in Leander. I don't know if you can see it. We've got a telescope right here, and behind me, that is the partial eclipse right now. You can see some clouds kind of on the lower corner, but at times it is absolutely clear. So the kids here at the party, they've been putting on their eclipse glasses, glancing up, and we are about almost halfway there, looking here in Leander at 3 minutes and 40 seconds of totality. What makes it so great is this is such a short drive from Austin. Austin, a lot more clouds. Leander, much more sunshine, and you don't have to worry about the crowds out in the hill country. So inside, we've got moon pies, we've got sun chips, we've got starlight mints, we've got starbursts, you name it. If it is themed like an eclipse, we probably have it. The only thing we don't have is star-kissed tuna. I didn't think that would be a good theme for the eclipse, but conditions here are great. We're seeing more and more breaks in the cloud cover, and I'm hoping that that continues to be the case as we approach totality. Let's see, a little more than 35-40 minutes from now. That's what we're expecting.
Chicago, enjoy every minute of it. I know you are. Monique Lopez is joining us live now. She's out in Austin. She's dealing with a little bit more cloud cover. Not many people behind you, Monique. Where are you and what's happening out there?
Well, looks can be deceiving. Well, you know, there were thousands of people lined up here earlier. We're outside of the Moody Amphitheater here at Waterloo Park, where Vampire Weekend is playing, and that's why I'm kind of like pressing my earbuds in, because the music is so loud, but everybody is really enjoying it and is so excited. Organizers tell me they expect and want us to expect the event to be as celestial as it is musical. Now we have these fancy sunglasses here, and just a minute ago, our photographer and I looked up, and you could actually see the partial totality. It was really a pretty awesome thing to see. We're both kind of in awe just by looking at it, you know. So, but we're allowed to go inside just a few minutes and kind of record Vampire Weekend performing. So I'm going to let you go and head on in there and enjoy the fun with everybody else.
Sounds like a party, Monique. Thank you so much. Joining us live now is Avery Tomasco. And Avery, I'm a little worried about Spike. I don't know if the glasses are going to be big enough. Do you have special glasses for Spike?
You know, I don't. I am assuming they have some special glasses for Spike somewhere in here. I think he's waiting until totality to put them on, which is well advised. I could tell you Spike, in that suit, is probably already appreciating the temperature drop that we're starting to feel as the total eclipse is underway. Again, we are very close to totality within the next 40 minutes, getting wild. All right, with me this afternoon, Tim Jackson, General Manager of the Round Rock Express, the Dell Diamond up here in Round Rock. The party is just getting started. It's already been so much fun. I think a lot of folks here in the stands can say the same.
Yes.
When did the idea for this event come to life for y'all?
Yeah, really about a year and a half ago, Laura Fragosa, our Senior Vice President of Marketing, said, hey, I think next year around April, and we started thinking, well, baseball's going on then, do we have the day off, or how's it going to work? And then we found out the actual date for it, thought we could make that work. And you know this growing up here, right? This is a community place for everybody to come together, whether it's baseball, bull riding, monster trucks, graduations, or eclipses, right? So it's just a long list of community events that we have. We thought, you know what, we got to open up the Dell Diamond gates, get people in there, make some fun out of it, and be a fun place that everybody knows they come out and have a good time.
Yeah, arguably this is better than trying to find a spot on the side of the road, right?
Pasture or something, yeah.
Front and center, the view out here is incredible if the clouds even aren't cooperating. You mentioned you have a lot of other special events. How does this one stack up with the others that you've hosted in the past?
Well, this is year 15 for me, and obviously this is a one-of-a-kind event, right? A once-in-a-lifetime one. So we didn't know how to approach it. We didn't know, of course, getting weather forecasts the week leading up, going, maybe it's not ideal, and well, people still show up. We thought, you know what, it's still on us to open our gates, and no matter if there's 100 people here or 1,000 people here, whatever it may be, we want to be a place that people can come, have fun, do something like that. So.
And on that subject, I didn't know what to expect, how many people would show up for the, an eclipse here at a baseball park. Obviously not as crowd filling as you would see at a baseball game, but how does this stack up for you? How do you appreciate this crowd?
I mean, we're going to have around 1,000 people. We've sold a decent amount of tickets yesterday and today. I think you start getting some pockets of clouds spreading out and going, oh, maybe we should go out there and do that. And so this is great. Yeah, it's not an express baseball game, but what's great about Dell Diamond is it's a 360 view. So, if the sun is here, it's GA today. There are no, reserved seats for anybody. So if you want to spread around, go to our Pepsi patio or out of the home run porch or the lawn.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd just getting excited for a little break in the clouds. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back momentarily. Back to you, Walt.
Thank you, Avery. Let's go to Adelia Uchida now at Riley Elementary School. You got your glasses on, and I'm sure the kids are getting pretty excited right about now.
Walt, the skies have cleared. Remember just a few minutes ago I told you, oh, it's getting all thick. I don't know about this. And the skies suddenly cleared, and you can see a partial eclipse. To me, it looks to be about 30 to 40%. And that's the reason the kids are going crazy right now. Let me take these off. Can't see anything with them on unless I'm looking at the sun. But yeah, we started to see like this break in the clouds, and we all started getting really hopeful. And then, yes, indeed, the clouds have cleared enough for us to see the partial eclipse. We look to be, once again, about 30 to 40%. I believe totality is at 136. So these fingers crossed are certainly working. Now, earlier, when we first got to Riley Elementary School, I was able to speak to AISD leadership, some of the campus support, to talk about why they chose to be in school today and how important it is to take an event like this and teach the science lessons that are a part of it.
I'm just excited that our students will get to experience it. I'm excited about the leadership team and all of the volunteers here, the partnership that we get to have with PBS, the Thinkery, and all of the others, parent volunteers and community who have come together today to make this a worthwhile event for our students and the staff. So it's awesome.
So they have been bringing out the students in waves, and they will have them mostly all out here in time for totality. They also have about 90 parents who are visiting and or volunteering. Let me step out of the way as well, because you can see the kids out here getting real excited. And also this telescope setup, the other tent, that is brought here by that partnership with PBS and the Thinkery, which AISD officially partnered with to make this eclipse a real event for these kids. For them, the path of totality here in Austin is something certainly that doesn't happen every day. A lot of adults are able to travel from eclipse to eclipse if they really wanted to, right? We had one in October. Some folks who are here visiting in Austin were traveling for that, but for these kids, that's a lot more limited, and we are now getting real excited because we can see the eclipse at this point. We're going to continue to watch. Back to you, Walt.
The prayers and crossed fingers are working for sure. We want to go live now to meteorologist Brad Souter in Bandera. This is a big moment for any meteorologist, especially, you've been tracking it for days. What is your skies looking like, and did you get a breakout there?
I've been waiting for years for this. Great coverage, by the way, Austin. You're all over the place, nailing it. I'm only hoping for some of that clearing I hear about up in the Austin area. As for Bandera right now, home cowboy capital of the world, more dude ranches here in Bandera than any other place. Rice University, by the way, the professors, the students, the alumni, their telescopes here, top of the line technology. We're getting a few clearings, but it hasn't been as great as what I've heard you guys have. Let me show you the command central here. We have an awesome crew that is behind the scenes manning these telescopes. We have them wired up to satellites, and we're sending them all over the world. And Dave Jones here, who, well, he's a contractor with NASA. He's a fellow meteorologist from the Washington, D.C. area. And Dave, is this, what's this shot right here now?
This is great. This is in Mazatlan, Mexico.
And that's current.
So this is current. So they're getting closer to totality. So you can see the moon moving across the sun to block it out.
So it is going to happen.
It is happening.
Okay.
It's on the way. This
All
is
right.
awesome. And over here is the GOES satellite from NOAA.
It's the shadow.
And this is the shadow. Look at this. Coming across.
Oh, man.
So you know what? You can guarantee 100% forecast it's going to get dark here in Bandera. There is no question.
The sun doesn't mess around.
The sun doesn't mess around. That's right.
No, I love it.
You're focusing on Earth. Really?
Yeah, tell me your name.
Rika.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
You know, I've just been here at Bandera, and the level of researchers here, just osmosis, I'm getting smarter and smarter. Look at this command station here. Even the president of Rice University and some folks from NASA are here as well. But you can see it, that shadow right there, Austin, Texas, it's coming for you. Let's just hope we clear out and we'll have a moment in your lifetime that you've never seen before. Here in Bandera in South Texas, it was 1397. The last time a total eclipse happened here. I believe that probably goes true for Austin as well. And this is the only place in the world where we had the total annular eclipse and the total solar eclipse. X marks the spot. So folks are excited here in Bandera, Texas. I'm meteorologist Brad Souter.
Awesome.
Can't wait, guys. Can't wait.
That's great.
Put in a word about
Is for the tour inside the tent there. A lot going on. Now let's go back to the University of Texas, where Jamal Kennedy is joining us live. Jamal was on the tower. He's now on the grounds with the students. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, Walt, I've come back to relive my college days to be among the students here. I'm chatting here with my friend Martin. He is a grad student here at the University of Texas. And I just saw you, Martin, looking up at the sky. Can you tell me what you could see there through your lenses? I know everybody's happy here that the sun is actually viewable.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the partial eclipse. I will say it's about 30% of the total eclipse. And I'm surprised that even though there are clouds, I can see it clearly with these lenses that UT gave us.
Yeah, how awesome is that? We had been scared that the clouds were going to cover the sun for a while now, but to be able to see these rays of sunshine, everybody's clapping. What's that been like?
Yeah, I mean, I was yesterday checking my phone. I saw thunderstorms prognosticated for this time, but I got out of the classes and then I saw the sun. I was so happy about it.
Yeah, this is a really cool event. There's a ton of students behind us there here on the greenery. How awesome is it that the university has allowed y'all to come out and really just take in this historic event?
Yeah, I mean, the professors, the faculty, and the staff have been really nice about it. They have closed a lot of the jobs of people who work here. Classes are canceled for a little bit. Professors hopefully don't mind that I'm missing my class right now. Yeah, I'm happy that everybody is here, actually. I think what makes this a nice experience is not just the eclipse, but the people here.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to flip my glasses down so that I can also get a view of the eclipse. Walt, we're going to get you some as well. My friend Martin and I are going to go off camera and we're going to take a look here at the sun safely, of course, because once again, we are wearing these solar eclipse viewing glasses.
Those Longhorn glasses are cool. I want a pair of those, Jamal. Bring me back some. That would be great. All right, Andrew Freeman is at the location of the biggest party that was going to happen in Central Texas. Burnett was going to be the biggest one, right? Music, people from all over the world. Unfortunately, it was canceled. And Andrew, you talked to people about the festival and the cancellation. What are they saying?
Walt, that's right. I'm here in Burnet where the Texas Eclipse Festival promised a unique viewing experience. And while the threat of inclement weather has now canceled the festival, just take a look behind me. Burnet is still a popular destination for travelers regardless. I've spoken to visitors from as close as Austin and even from other states like Oregon. But out here, we even met a group of friends from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, who traveled more than 5,000 miles to be here for this, for many, once in a lifetime event. And the threat of weather and clouds could make for a less than ideal viewing experience for the eclipse. These friends are along for the ride.
And it's been a really good trip. Apart from the eclipse stuff, the astronomy, we are together at the time and laughing, hanging out, and meeting in other places.
And for those that came out here for the eclipse, festival organizers have put out some more information. They say you can stay through totality, but then you got to be prepared to go. So to pack in advance. Many of the facilities on the campground are going to be open while the festival grounds themselves, the stages, places that would sell alcohol, food, retail shops, those are all closed. So they're asking everyone to pack up and then after totality, leave before that possible inclement weather hits. Walt?
Well, at least they have a good attitude out there. Thank you, Andrew. Monique Freeman joined us. Andrew Freeman, thank you for that report. Monique Lopez joining us now from Moody Amphitheater, Waterloo Park. Now, I see you've moved inside or a little closer. The music was really loud. It looks like it's a great party out there. People having fun.
Oh, I know you're jealous. Well, and you should be. This is really great music by the Vampire Weekend, and people are just loving it. Like I said earlier, organizers said not only can we expect this event to be celestial, but musical, and it has promised to be just that. People are so excited here. You could feel the energy. I don't know what happened. I mean, we must have asked all of our meteorologists and for this good weather because the clouds are now parting. We were able to see the partial eclipse, and it's just so amazing to finally be able to, this moment is finally here. People are lined up right here at the garage across the street, just trying to get a peek. And we're gonna head inside and join others, see what they think about what they're experiencing right now. Back to you all.
A lot of fun. Let's go back out to Avery Tomasco, who's live at Dell Diamond. He's watching this with some baseball fans out at the stadium.
I tell you what, Walt, I'm getting a little giddy for a couple of reasons. One, it's a total solar eclipse. I've never seen one. I imagine most people here have never seen one. Every little time, it's still mostly cloudy, but every little time we get a little break in the clouds, you hear the crowd go ooh and ah, and all the kids look up. There's some that've got some fun themed glasses. I think my cameraman Theodore is zooming in on one of them. They are not using them right now because we have this batch of clouds moving through. But in the city of Round Rock, in the Dell Diamond area, I've been looking at satellite as often as I can. I think we're about to get into a nice clear pocket. Let's hope that sticks around for another, say, 30 minutes when we're in the path of totality. For now, it's still mostly cloudy, but you can start to feel the temperature drop just a little bit, which is refreshing considering these clouds came behind a warm front and it's disgusting out here. I'm not gonna lie, it's really humid, like the highest humidity we've seen yet this year. Again, poorly timed, but we're doing the best we can with what we got.
are pretty amazing. You can hear those oohs and ahs for sure. Let's go back out to another hot spot in Fredericksburg with Abigail Velez. You know, people are starting to see little breaks and the excitement is building. What's it like out there?
Everyone is looking to the sky already. We're getting really excited to see it. You can hear some cheers actually happening right now because I think we're looking at that partial eclipse, just waiting for the totality to come in. You can really hear people getting just so excited. And Avery just said he's hanging on to the edge of his seat, and that's how I feel too. This too is my very first total eclipse, so I'm looking forward to it. Really a once-in-a-lifetime event, but everyone's already looking to the sky. Everyone has their glasses on, and I'm starting to feel like I'm missing out on something because I'm not looking myself, but no, I can't quite see anything. The clouds are really covering at times, but we'll get a little break in the clouds where we can actually see the sun completely. But as of now, when the clouds cover it, it's really hard to tell what exactly we're looking like. But I'm really excited to feel that temperature drop and to feel that nighttime-esque kind of vibe. That's what I'm really looking forward to. But everyone's just so excited here, and I'm getting goosebumps just looking forward to it. But I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Fredericksburg, we're going back out to Chicago Windler in Leander, and actually people came from all over the world to go to the points of totality. Leander might be the perfect place right now.
You know what? We've seen so much sunshine here. Right now, there's a pretty good deck of clouds that has rolled in, but through about the first half of partiality, we have been seeing excellent views. We also have moon pies and space dunk Oreos. There's a lot of kids and families that are here at this eclipse party, and we're just having a ball. Every now and again, the kids will peek out here and they'll look and they'll see, oh yeah, you can see the sun right there. And there's also a feed inside the house as well as outside here. Right now, you can't see anything on it, but that's because we're under some clouds. Earlier, some beautiful shots. You could actually even see the sunspot there on the surface of the sun. So it's an exciting thing to be able to expose kids to something that is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And here in a backyard at an eclipse party, there's no better way to celebrate this monumental event. Now, what we're hoping for is that the cloud deck that has rolled in will scoot its way out. We had mostly sunny skies at times about 30 minutes ago or so. And right now here in Leander, 12:17 is when the eclipse began. 1:35 is totality, just a little bit earlier than Austin. And it lasts longer than Austin. In Austin, it's only about 1:46. Here where I am in Leander, 3 minutes and 40 seconds of totality. So, oh, do you see it right here? We're starting to see, there you go. You can see, there it is popping back up. Are you able to see that? I hope you are, because it's spectacular. And as I gaze here with my eclipse glasses, I can see that little crescent. So the sun right now looks like a crescent sun as we approach totality. Pretty spectacular. The clouds have rolled back in here now, but everyone out here is just absolutely excited about the anticipation of what we're about to witness.
That was exciting. Yes, we did see it, Chicago. Thank you for that out in Leander. We have crews throughout Texas. This is a big event for all of us. Alex Garcia joining us now from Eagle Pass. Another big crowd behind you, Alex. What are you seeing? What are your skies like?
Well, the skies are breaking right now. The sun has finally come back out. And, you know, we're about 13 minutes away from max. And it's about 3/4 of the sun is covered up. Everybody's excited. Everybody's just been watching this thing as we get the little breaks in the clouds. So 13 minutes from now, we should go totally dark. It will be the first city in the United States to experience this. We're already experiencing the temperature drop, and we're experiencing the wind starting to pick up and feeling just a little bit cooler out here.
That is a great experience out there in Eagle Pass. Let's go back out to the students, and that's Adelia Chida at Riley Elementary School. We heard the excitement from the kids earlier, and did the clouds move back in, or how are your skies now, Adela?
Well, this is like a roller coaster ride, okay? So we're so hopeful we could see it, a partial eclipse when it was about 30 or 40%. And then the clouds moved in and they're thick. And I think, and they all feel personally betrayed by Mother Nature right now. But we've got a few more minutes to go, of course. And then the clouds were still thin. So we saw the partial eclipse and that it had moved to, I want to say, 60, 70% of the sun just a few minutes ago. And we've we've got all the kids here who are very excited. You should have heard it. The kids just started screaming when the skies opened up. They're in partnership here at Riley Elementary School with PBS and the Thinkery for this educational program. AISD, of course, elected to be in session today. Some school districts decided to close, a lot of those out in the Hill Country because of traffic concerns, but here in Austin, not as many. We're, of course, used to hosting many visitors and have the capacity to do so. It sounds like the kids are getting a few instructions right now. They all have their eclipse glasses, so we're hoping they have a chance to use them here. Everybody keeps looking up at the sky, and if I'm lucky, these glasses or the clouds will thin out and the kids will be able to see. Of course, it's going to get dark out here, and I expect everybody, all of the kids, the staff, and the 90-some parents who are out here will all scream and cheer for the sun like their favorite sporting team. So while we're on the edge of our seat right now, we'll keep you posted as to what happened. Oh, I wanted to point out I brought a Eclipse filter for my phone. And this was available too. I want to say my best friend pointed it out to me, so I keep pointing it up there, hoping I'm going to get a reasonable time lapse of this, although, of course, I'm running out of time for a time lapse. So we'll see what happens out here, Walt.
Well, I love the fact that the kids are excited, and it's almost like somebody scored a big touchdown. Talking about excitement, well, it's a little more muted out in Burnett. You know, you have people from all over the world going to a festival for the total solar eclipse, and then it gets canceled. Let's go out to Andrew Freeman, who is with The Spectator right now, who is hoping for a big day. How is he navigating the disappointment, Andrew?
Well, I'm here with Neil Wall, originally from Ireland, has been in San Francisco for the last 30 years, came here for the Texas Eclipse Festival, which of course tragically has now been canceled. Neil, when you got that news, you came here, got in here last night, you were telling me festivals and canceled. What's going through your mind?
The festival was amazing. So we got there yesterday, we were there all night last night, incredible light, incredible music. Got the news this morning and we decided, you know what? Let's go to Burnett, Texas, which is like an amazing place to actually watch the eclipse. So we're very happy.
Making the most of it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, what more can you get, you know? Where should you get it? You can't get it anywhere.
Who are you here with?
I'm here with my wife and some of our dear friends. They told us about an eclipse 4 years ago in up north in Oregon. And so at Christmas, we're like, shit, we should go do that. So that's what we did. That's why we came down from San Francisco.
And just kind of in closing, I mean, talk to me about this experience, being able to see an eclipse. You're obviously here from a very far away. I mean, these things, we're not going to see this in the United States again for a very long time.
Yeah, 2044, I think it's in 44 more years. So I've never experienced an eclipse. I've always wanted to. And I'm really honored to be here in Texas to actually be able to do that.
Awesome. Neil, well, welcome to Texas. Hope you enjoy yourself. Well, we'll for now, again, people making the most of it. We'll send it back to you.
Neil's having some fun. Thanks, Andrew. Look at this. This is in Mexico. Total solar eclipse live right now. This is what we're seeing from the NASA camera. This is what we've been waiting for. This is coming to us. We're about 15 minutes away or so, and we're going to experience this with a break in the clouds. But look at that. So spectacular as it continues to move across the sun. Let's go over now to Jamal Kennedy, who's standing by live at the University of Texas. Big crowd of students behind you, Jamal. Looks like people are having a good time.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. This central Texas area has waited about 600 years for a day like today, a total solar eclipse. And I don't know if you could hear me just now or the background just now. The students sounded like a collective awe as the sun sort of peeked through the clouds here. The clouds have kind of come over and blocked the sun here for the last couple of minutes or so, but a lot of excitement now as we inch closer there to the time of totality. They're putting on the glasses here, and the sun's peeking through. You can hear the oohs and the ahs behind me. As we've said before, you won't get a moment like this for another 40 years. I'm going to step out as they kind of exclaim and get a little bit happy and excited. But yeah, you're going to have to wait another 40 years in the United States for a day like today, a moment like this in time. So take it in, soak it in. But of course, everyone we talk to, all of the officials say to do so in a safe manner. Walt. So I will continue to do so in a safe manner. I could see the little crescent there in the sun as the moon there kind of comes over. And it's a really cool event, I got to tell you. It's something to behold, a total solar eclipse.
Thank you so much. Looks like you got a great crowd at the University of Texas. Now we want to give you a live shot of the celebration downtown in Austin at the Long Center as it hosts thousands of people for their total eclipse viewing party. This free viewing party is a collaboration between the Long Center and the Simons Foundation. Guests have the chance to speak with astronomers, local breweries, and serving some custom eclipse-themed beer. And Austin artist Graham Reynolds will even perform a unique piece he's created especially for the eclipse. Look at that beautiful shot of the skyline. It looks like a picture-perfect day out on the lawn at the Lawn Center. You know, when we get totality in about, I don't know, 15-ish minutes or so, you're going to see a 360-degree sunset. You got temperatures, they will start dropping. It'll kind of get gray in the sky, and wildlife may actually act differently. Let's take a look at what's happening out at the Long Center.
An eclipse is just an amazing moment for us to really feel connected to ourselves, our community, but also our place in the universe, and just remembering that this is an experience we're going to feel as well as see, and I think that's something that people should remember as we get closer to totality.
Simons Foundation say that even though the clouds might be out, the vibes are still high from everyone attending, and you got the telescopes, the kids, the families, so much fun. And now to our giddy buddy out at Dell Diamond, who is dealing with the warmer temperatures but having a blast. Avery Tomasco, how's it looking?
As much as 10 to 20 degrees. Oh, it is looking magnificent at the moment. They're actually playing my explainer on what they're going to experience here in just minutes. I mean, we are, what, my phone is not telling me the time, 1:22. So that is 14 minutes away. We are still in this great little pocket of clear skies. You can see folks behind me especially. They got the lawn out there. They are laying back. They're comfy. They're cozy. They are soaking this up for all that it's worth. As long as these skies stay clear, man, as we've been talking about, all we need is just a few minutes. And so far, just a few minutes looks manageable. We will see. It is getting noticeably darker and cooler out here, as we have been, explaining all week long that it would. Also starting to see what I've called the Purkinje effect, not what I call, what is called the Purkinje effect, where everything's starting to look washed out, more muted, gray and dull. I mean, it's really coming to life. I've been talking about this for so long. I had no idea what to expect or how palpable and substantial some of these things would be during a total eclipse, and here we are, man. It is coming together right on cue. We've got some nice clearing in the sky. There's some clouds approaching, man. They're threatening our good vibes here at the Dell Diamond and Round Rock. The crowd is really filled in. Again, it's not a Round Rock Express game. There's no plates even on the field, but this crowd is just about as hyped as you could possibly imagine. Let's look at some of the crowd again, Teddy, if you could, because it's getting close. Everyone wave. You're on live TV. We are going to wrap it up here. Again, we are so close to totality. I'm going to address the audience here again, talk about these clouds coming in. Man, let's hope it holds off. Walt, back to you.
We're all praying for it for sure, Avery. This is exciting. Okay, look at this. See this split screen? This is a shot out of the telescope that is pointed at the sun in Leander. That is just a great shot of near totality. You can see the clouds moving through the shot right now with the breaks. It is covered up right now, obviously, but it's a great spot to see it out in Leander right now. Look at how spectacular that crest is. That is so close to totality. I think we're like 12 minutes away right now. We've got parties and coverage throughout Texas right now. Monique Lopez is at Moody Amphitheater at Waterloo Park with more on the concert and the events out there. Monique?
You know what, Walt? I must have jinxed it. The last time, you can clearly see the sun with the glasses and everything, and now the clouds are completely covering it. We can't see a thing. But you know what? People out here at Waterloo Park are still enjoying the music by Vampire Weekend. We actually spoke to somebody from Virginia who's here just to witness that eclipse with her husband, and she was dancing and happy and excited just to be able to take in the music while also this celestial event. Now we're going to go inside in about maybe 2 minutes here and speak to folks down there, and also get to enjoy more of the music up close. Back to you, Walt.
What happens when you start bragging about the cushy assignment, So hopefully you get a break out there in Waterloo Park as well. Let's go back out to Fredericksburg, Texas. The stylish glasses are on. Abigail Velez is joining us live now with the latest out there. It looks like you might be getting some breaks. What are you seeing?
We are getting some breaks, and every time we do, the crowd goes wild. They start cheering. The energy here is actually electric, and it starts to give me goosebumps. I start to really look forward to what's about to happen. I think we're anywhere from 7 to 8 minutes, so I'm just really looking forward to it. And really, all eyes are on the sky right now because the clouds will come through, but that break will come shortly thereafter, and everyone just gets really excited. But it's starting to feel like nightfall. The temperature has dropped. It's looking a little bit darker, so we're really on our tippy toes with anticipation for the next few moments for when it actually happens. We still have live music going on, but you can just see how many people already have their eyes set on the sky in anticipation, waiting. You can hear these cheers come out, and everyone is getting ready for this opportunity of a lifetime. It's my first time too, so every moment that goes by, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking up to the sky as well. But as of now, we haven't really gotten a break since I've been on air, but we are just moments closer. I know that right now it's looking like a crest, and in just a few minutes, it'll be all together, just blocked off. Look, you hear this cheer? I'm telling you, this crowd is so eccentric. People from all over the world are here. We have people from California. I talked about a group that came all the way from Japan. 72 people came all the way from Japan to experience this in Fredericksburg, Texas. So I'm just so glad to be here, and I'm going to be waiting here for this totality to hit, but I'm going to throw it back to the studio while I just keep my eyes on the sky.
Thank you, Abigail. The cheers are awesome. Here is a live shot of the NASA telescope that we've been tracking. They're getting some great shots for us. This is from Russellville, Arkansas. That's a nice clear shot. Look at that. Now, look at how it is just perfectly moving through the sun right there. And some areas of Texas are seeing exactly this. But even if you get a partial shot of it, people are excited, like the kids over at Riley Elementary School and Adelia Uchida, who has been talking to them. How are you doing with your skies out there? You've had some great breaks. Is it clearing now?
We are getting peaks at the sun, and I think last time I talked to you, I said it was clearing, and then look at it now. So go ahead, Nick, and zoom into the kids. And you can see, well, it is a tiny little sliver. This is like 95% covered. I know we're getting close to the moment of totality, but these kids, their parents and the staff, all very excited because a total eclipse is something definitely all these kids have not seen, but most of the staff and the parents have not seen either. Now, you may remember back in October when we had that partial eclipse, and I described it at the time as if the light was kind of weird, right? Like a filter had been put on it. And then we had that eclipse in 2017 where we had a lot of coverage, but again, it was not total here in Texas. So these kids are out here. The science is coming to them at Austin ISD. Austin ISD, one of the districts that has not closed down for the day. And here at Riley Elementary School, they are taking advantage of the science coming to them in this literal science experiment. It's not even an experiment. We know that this is happening. And we're seeing a lot of excitement. We're getting extremely close to totality, a historic moment for us here in Austin. Of course, there will be other eclipses, but this is the first one since, 1397 here in the Austin area. I'm going to send it over to Jamal Kennedy right now. I think he's at UT.
Yeah, Adela, I'm sitting here in front of the greenery here where all the students may have just gotten their last little peek at the sun. It's really, really cloudy now. The temperature's dropped, which I really won't complain about. It feels really good right now. But, you know, the glasses have all come off. Students are kind of just looking around in anticipation. They don't really know what to expect. They're all hoping, though, to get one last shot at the sun through their eclipse viewing glasses. But I spoke with a freshman earlier who said that this is the perfect bookend to her freshman year. She's got finals coming up, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime event that she was really looking forward to, that she was really excited about today. She was happy and excited about the streaks of sunshine. And I can only imagine she, like everyone else here out on the quad here on the greenery, ecstatic when they got a chance to look at the sun, to view the sun. Like Adela just mentioned, an event like this hasn't happened since about 1397 in the central Austin, Texas area. So it'll be a long time before another one happens like this, over 300 years. And we are just kind of getting a little bit of a shot here of the sun. Can't really see it. We can see that little last sliver there through the clouds. The students are looking up and pointing at it. I just looked up and see if I could see it. It's a little tiny shadow there in the sky, but not really much to go off of there as we inch closer towards totality. And yeah, that's about all we got here. Oh, it looks like the sun's going to peek through. We might get our last little look there for the students here. I don't really know, but it remains to be seen there, as I guess we're tossing it back in there to Walt.
I just ran outside to check it out. Okay, you should be in totality, Abigail. What are you seeing?
Yeah, well, hi, everyone. I mean, just a few moments away, and I have to say, I feel emotional in this moment. I mean, this is my first time experiencing this, and there are just so many people who have gathered here, people from all different walks of life, from all different areas of the world to experience this. And at the end of the day, we all have come together for this one event, cheering on the sky to witness something that, you know, only happens once in a lifetime. You can see that it's falling darker with each second. A countdown has actually started. You can hear it. 3, 2, 1. And it really is just so exciting. It has gotten darker as the seconds pass by. And again, everyone here is so energized. It's really exciting to witness in person, my first time ever. The clouds are covering what would be the sun that we're looking at, but we can still feel what is happening. It's colder, and it really looks like nighttime. With each second passing, it feels like it's 10 p.m. and everyone is just eyes to the sky for this once-in-a-lifetime event. It continues to grow darker and darker, and it'll be dark for about 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes. People are cheering. Everyone is excited, and you can see that it continues to get darker as we are rolling on camera right now. I mean, as I look past me, it's almost complete darkness. And here we are. I am looking at it right now with you, completely totality eclipsed. And again, I just have to say, I am just so emotional, and the clouds are covering it, so I get a good glimpse, but I'm telling you, it is just beautiful. What a profound moment for all of us to share this experience, to be here in Texas. The crowd is cheering. It's completely dark. It really looks like it's midnight right now. And even though the clouds might have covered it, that doesn't take away from the experience, because I am so glad to be here, and everyone around me is emotional and happy. And we're sharing this experience, and I can't tell you what it means to me to be able to cover this live and in action. And it'll continue to be dark, and a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and everyone here is enjoying it at the same time. It really is so beautiful. And I have to say, eyes on the sky, the phones are out. Everyone wants to capture this moment. Completely dark, and we're in the hill country where we can really see the hills over, but the darkness has fallen upon us, and it's just completely beautiful. We can kind of see a ring in the sky that's just about, it's still a bit overcast, so it's kind of a sheer optical illusion, but I can still see the ring in the sky. And it is exactly what I had imagined it to be. It has dropped just a little bit cooler, but you can see the phones are out. We have flashlights on. So many cameras are pointing to the sky. And we had heard a little bit of cheers now, but I think right now everyone is in awe. I can hear the gasps. I can hear people taking videos and just taking all of this in. And right now, you're really getting a look at it. You can see that tiny ring of light. That's exactly where it is on your screen, that small ring of light in the sky right now. And it is just beautiful. The temperature is perfect. I know all day we had talked about how worried we were that it was going to rain or maybe the clouds would be too much. But you know what? I have to say, everything has worked out phenomenally. Not too hot, not too cold. And everyone here, I have to tell you, a lot of people here don't know each other. I talked to this one woman who came here by herself, and she has found a community of people here in Fredericksburg, Texas, who came to witness this event. And now she can go home and say she made friends and witnessed a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It really looks so eerie, I have to say, but quite beautiful. I mean, I told you earlier I have chills, and I still feel that same way, the emotion of things. I mean, we are all here joined in this one purpose, and that is to cheer on everything that's happening in the sky, and everyone just so energized. It really is one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had, and like I said, this is my first time. I did not know what to expect at all, but now that I'm here and in person and witnessing this and looking at the sky, gosh, I really wouldn't miss this for the world, and it really puts things into perspective to understand why people traveled so far to be here. I mean, a beautiful experience. I'll take it back to you in the studio.
So exciting. to see you get so giddy about it, and it was so bizarre when it got dark. Okay, this is what we're going to do, folks. You're watching us live online. This is the live NASA camera out of Kerrville, Texas. We are in totality now. You will start seeing it with breaks in the clouds soon. I, with the rest of the crew, we're going to run outside. I'm going to run outside and check this out myself. I'll be back in about a minute. Enjoy this. This is a live shot of the NASA cam, and we're going to check it out with everybody else out here. And I will be back in just a moment, and we'll wrap this up as it continues to pass through Central Texas. We should be pretty close to totality in the Austin area right now. So that's what I'm going to go check out. Okay. Okay, welcome back to our live coverage of total eclipse across Texas, a total solar eclipse. This is a live shot of NASA of the total solar eclipse over Dallas right now. They're dealing with clouds as well. So thank you for that pause in coverage for just a moment. As we ran outside, we saw totality. It was amazing. The whole crew from CBS Austin had a chance to take in this event. And like everybody said, it got totally dark. The birds stopped singing. It was just kind of quiet for a minute, and then it was just a spectacular corona around the sun. Now, I wonder what it was like out at Del Diamond, and Avery Tomasco, who has been waiting for this for a long time. What did you see?
Oh my goodness, Walt Macaborski. I didn't know what to expect coming into this, my first eclipse, first total eclipse. What an experience, are you kidding me? It happened so perfectly. We had a nice little break in the clouds right as totality was happening. The crowd went wild and then silent. It was so eerie out here. I have in my hand the power to address the audience. I want to ask them how that went. How was that show, everyone? Was that wild or what? You can see the corona around the sun, the clouds parted just in time. You can see the little diamond on top of the ring, and even a little star in the sky. I'm still trying to figure out what star that was. I'm guessing either Venus or Jupiter. That's usually what it is. Thank you all so much for coming. If you are leaving soon, please drive safe. Thank you so much for being a part of this incredible experience. It will never be forgotten. It has been so cool out here. This crowd has been loving every second of it. I've been jumping up and down for joy, especially when we got right to totality. And of course, everyone here was just as giddy. I am at a loss for words. I'll divert to what Abigail said. I'm emotional. This has been emotional. So cool. It got so dark. It was like someone turned the lights off and then suddenly turned them back on. And life is returning, almost sadly, to the way it once was. After counting down for years, hours, minutes, seconds, it happened. I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as we did here at the Del Diamond. Just in time, we got a clear sky. Well, back to you.
Two historical moments there, Avery. One, a total solar eclipse over Central Texas, and you were at a loss for words. That never happens. So it was an exciting moment for all of us. Let's go now live to Adela Uchida at Riley Elementary School. What were the kids saying out there, Adela?
Okay, so it was not silent here, Walt. The kids were excited. The hubbub got louder. Everyone was like, wow, we're in totality, right? Very exciting for these kids. Also, frankly, we have a DJ out here, and the kids were all dancing to Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark. Makes sense, right? So it's been a really exciting moment, and it certainly got dark. There's an MC here. He pointed out some strange bird activity that was happening out here on the field at Riley Elementary School. Now, Austin ISD is one of those districts that is not out, did not take the day off, perhaps because we're in the city of Austin, and Austin, of course, does have that infrastructure to handle all of the traffic. And so it wasn't too bad, but these kids, super excited. Science has come to them. You may remember learning about eclipses in elementary school. Well, for these kids, it's going to be a special lesson that they will never forget. And of course, my photographer and I, having to look at it ourselves, we have the eclipse glasses. And the sun, the clouds have thinned enough at times for us to get a really good look at the eclipse. Right now, the eclipse is partial. We again see a little sliver of the sun. And where I was able to take a peek at it without the eclipse glasses because the cloud cover is fairly heavy, but you can just barely see it through there. So we are out here with these very hyped up kids with their very cool eclipse glasses that they have decorated to with paper plates to make them out to be like eclipses. Come here real quick. I just want to show you, this poor child, he is like, what are we doing? I just want to show your eclipse glasses to the people live on TV. Check him out. Is that not cool? So much fun. All right, I've been told to wrap, Walt. Back to you.
Great job out there at the elementary school, Adela. And, you know, everybody said it was going to be exciting to see the total solar eclipse. But nobody really prepared people about the emotions. And I was surprised at your emotion, Abigail. It was a cross between giddy and almost like experiencing something with a community that has never been seen before in a group like that, and you were really so excited. That was fun to watch.
Walt, you were surprised? I was surprised. I had talked to people who said it's going to be an emotional experience, and I'm not someone who really gets choked up or anything usually, but it really was just an emotional experience. And I think it was the community aspect, the fact that so many different people are here and everyone came here to Central Texas to really get a glimpse at this once in a lifetime experience. And I felt a part of something bigger than me just now. And it really was an emotional experience. And at times I was speechless. And I'm a professional yapper. This is my job. I talk all the time. And at one point, finally, I felt speechless because of how connected I felt to the community. We're all sitting here. We all came from different places, different walks of life to cheer on the sky. I mean, how beautiful is that? A once in a lifetime experience that we all were able to do this all together. Months, even years of preparation went into this, and we all sat here for 4 minutes and looked at the sky, and all of us were in actual disbelief at what we were looking at because of how beautiful it is. I mean, so many times we take things for granted, you know, take time to smell the roses, take time to look at the beautiful sunrise and sunset that we have every day, but how often can we look at the sky and see a total eclipse? I mean, I just feel so grateful to be here today. And like you said, well, I'm overcome with emotion. Just really glad that I was able to be here and experience this with people from all over the place. I really felt a part of something bigger than me today. I'll throw it back to you in the studio, Walt.
Coverage out there in Fredericksburg. They had about 4 minutes of totality. Just a spectacular event across Central Texas as we brought you live shots from across the state. And I have to thank Austin Burks, because as we were in live coverage, he went into the control room and he said, hey, let's just put up a shot of the NASA shot and go out there and experience it ourselves. And we did. That was spectacular.
Yeah, I guess that's the benefit of me seeing it back in 2017. It's something, unless you go and travel for it, you'll never ever see it again. So, you know, why not just a little bit of, you know, everybody time to go outside and enjoy it.
Once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
It was just spectacular. So what's going to be happening now? Just the reverse as it moves?
Yeah, it'll be the same thing we just experienced leading up to. It's just going to be partial until about, I think, 2:58 is when it all ends, and then we go back with our normal lives and wait until 2030 something or 230 years from now for the next eclipse for Texas.
Well, thank you for your coverage, and thank you for joining us in this special moment that we could all share together. Eclipse Across Texas. It was quite an experience, and thanks for going on the ride with us. That concludes our special report. We'll continue to cover the aspects of this as we go in the coming days to see how people just experienced it throughout Texas, a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Thank you for joining us in this special coverage.